Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Insight Exchange Show. This is a project born out of the incredible folks in the Inside Quest Exchange community on Facebook, a group created by fans of the formerly Inside Quest show hosted by Tom Bilyeu, which has now turned into an amazing company called Impact Theory. Check them out on the interwebs. Since the creation of the group, it has become an astonishing place for open-minded learners from all over the world to congregate and exchange their ideas, insights, and amazing experiences with each other, and to help each other become the best version of themselves. The more I researched and talked with today's guest, the more my question changed. Indeed, the more I learned about this guy's journey from where he grew up in Indiana to where he is now in Kentucky, the more I felt like I could really relate to this journey of self-discovery. His ongoing struggle and ultimate escape from the trappings of the fixed mindset is the stuff of freaking legend. Here's a guy who knew that he was a creative his whole life and wanted so bad to get into acting and performance, but felt so held back and trapped by fear that he wasn't able to get himself to explore that creativity. And as a result, he went into that grind of the 9 to 5, like so many of us. But being an artist and having that creative brain, well, it's an itch that needs to be scratched. It screams for attention, and it won't stop until it's satisfied. It's so true. So this guy decided to hell with fear and straight ass attacked his fears with all his repressed fury. This guy dedicated himself to his creativity to the point where he actually wrote a blog article about it every freaking day for an entire year. 366 total articles challenging his fears and his discomfort. That is a pile of writing. Not only that, but he decided to go a giant leap further and take an improv leadership workshop to help with public speaking, and cue snowball effect, because he attacked his fears and totally gave in to what he truly wanted to be doing. He's now an actor, writer, voiceover artist, and so much freaking more. Dang. All right, let's pull those curtains back and welcome from stage left, Tony Harris. Tony,
Hey.
what's up, my man?
Oh, how's it going, Travis? Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited.
Oh man, it's good. Absolutely. Thank you for coming on. It is an honor to and it is so fun to talk with a fellow creative who's I can relate with so much with that journey. It's so true that that creative itch needs to be scratched, man. It's
It's
crazy.
addicting, man. It's no matter how much you try to avoid the signs, they'll keep coming back for you. They'll keep coming to you.
Mm-hmm. You got to find a way. And I was just talking to someone the other day about this, and the thing about the creative mind and the creativity itself, like every human being is creative. I don't care who you are. That is our number one superpower is our creativity, and everybody has it. It's just a matter of finding what it is, right?
Right.
And whatever you're creative in, whether that's acting or whether that's drawing, there's something. And so that, man, it makes such a difference, and it's so cool. And let's jump right in.
All right, let's do it.
What the one of the things I really wanted to get into initially was improv and was acting, but there was something that really speaking of that creative issue, it was another itch that I felt like needed to be scratched when I was thinking about your journey and
Okay.
the things that you went through. You talk about attacking fear, which is, I mean, just the idea of aggressively going after fear and just knocking it out to achieve your goals is such a really empowering idea to me. So I want to let's expand on that a little bit. So how did you decide to just turn around and attack that fear, and what can you recommend people to do to attack their own fears when it comes to pursuing their true selves?
Okay. Good question. So I think it all started with I I just got to a point in my life where there were so many things that I wanted to do and so many things that I hadn't done in life. And I knew that it was because of fear and because of what I thought other people would think of me. And I think I was reading a book by John Acuff, Start. I don't know if you've ever heard of that book.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
But it
Yeah.
basically talks about kind of attacking fear in the face and starting. And I think in that book, it had the definition of fear. And he basically talked about how fear, the true definition of fear is the emotion you get from feeling threatened or like you're in danger or just something bad's going to happen to you. And that kind of sunk in for me. And I thought, how many situations am I like truly in danger when I have that feeling? Like, is it just my brain trying giving me a hard time, or am I like
Right.
legitimately in fear? So I just kind of had an aha moment, and I told myself from that point on, like anytime I get the fear, I get that feeling of fear, I'm going to ask myself, am I in danger? And if I'm not, then I have to do it. I have to, no matter
Boom.
what I'm doing, I have to commit to it right away, set a deadline, and just go for it. And then that's kind of how things spiraled for me of wanting to attack the fear. And over time, I started becoming obsessed with the actual, like the adrenaline rush from the process of of overcoming fear. And yeah, so that's how the fear thing evolved. And then as far as advice, I would say just, start by asking yourself that question: am I physically in danger, or is it just me really trying to talk myself out of something because I'm afraid of what could happen? Is there a present danger in front of me, or am I creating danger for myself based on past experiences?
I love that. It just comes down to there's so many situations in life that we just get like abnormally afraid of, and there's no reason to be. Like you go up to talk to somebody at a bar or something, and then you're like, you got that little bit of apprehension, whatever, and then you just
Yep,
like, wait, I'm not about to be attacked by a lion here. Like, what's the worst thing that could happen is they say no and you walk away.
exactly. Yep.
So, I love that. That is so good, and I love the idea of just taking a step back and just like logically thinking about it and saying, okay, what's the worst that can happen,
Yep.
and then is there really a reason to be afraid?
No.
And especially when it comes down to stuff like this. I mean, you're not going to be jumping off a cliff right now, unless that's
Right.
what you want to do. Then then figure it out. But,
That that's
but
that's that's next week.
yeah, that's next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
First acting, then jumping.
Yep.
Love it. Oh, that's so cool, man. I love it. That wow, yeah, attack fear. I love that. Just aggressively turn into it. Like, what do you think about just taking that aggressive mindset towards pursuing your dreams and attacking that fear? If you maybe want to elaborate a little bit on like what are the maybe steps that you take, or something, like some of the things that you say to yourself when you're in that situation.
When I'm in the situation, honestly, it's just I follow my gut. And I think it's easier said than done. But it's a matter of kind of being honest with myself and how do I put this? Just really stop lying to myself about what any limiting beliefs that I have, anything that might happen that hasn't even happened yet. Like you can't predict the future, no matter how much you try to. And that's everyone wants to control what happens to them, whether it be financially, um, whether it be relationship wise. And I think that the steps that I take are just truly being honest with myself. And if I don't have the knowledge, I admit that I don't have the knowledge, and then I work towards building knowledge. Or if I can't do something, I'll find someone that can help me. Um, and I'll admit to myself sometimes that I'm gonna suck at this, but that's all right. It's all right because the thing that I do tomorrow is going to be better than what I did yesterday, because that's just how it works. If you're working to get better, you're going to get better based on what you learn, and that's just how it works. You're either getting better or you're not. And if you're not doing anything, you're probably getting worse because you're not growing and you're not learning and building on that knowledge that you have.
Yeah, what is that saying? If you're not growing, you're shrinking.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I love that. And would you say that basically the key to being able to attack your fears is self honesty?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think we lie to ourselves so much. It's I yeah. As I've started being more honest with myself, I've picked up on how many white lies we tell to each other. Um,
Yep.
just in interactions, and it's not anything blatant. It's just kind of subconscious. And the things that we tell ourselves that we can't, what we can't achieve or what we can't do. I think we get this. I'm a big picture person, so I fall victim to this a lot. But just I get the vision, the overall vision, and I'm like, whoa, I can't fucking do this. It's I don't have $2 million to put together a film, or I can't leave my day job right now and move or anything like that. And then I have to take a step back and think, like, are you really about to move like in the next 10 minutes? Why are you freaking yourself
Right.
out about this? It's not a big deal. So yeah, just being honest, man. It's and following your gut. Like, don't ignore the signs. Like, there's a reason you're getting that feeling that you want to do this, but you're afraid to do it, and just attack that feeling, because if it's making you uncomfortable, then you probably should do it.
Oh, I love that. Oh man. That was a delicious nugget of wisdom right there, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chew on that for a while. That's awesome. Well, thank you, Toy. This was fun. This was great, and I think that's gonna be super valuable for a lot of folks out there who are just not ready to take that next step. But this is something that really could help a lot of people out there who just aren't ready, but who can be. And just be honest with yourself. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This is becoming and is going to be a weekly show. So please tune into the Insight Exchange show here on the YouTube. If you enjoy this, like it, subscribe it, follow this guy, Tony Harris. Where do you want people to check out where your stuff is?
You can follow me just find me on Facebook as Tony J. Harris, or you can add me on Instagram or Twitter. I'm a little bit more active on Instagram. It's why not J. Harris, so Tony backwards, a little play on words. The letter
Nice.
Y, N-O-T, J. Harris. But yeah, I'll be posting a lot more upcoming things. Also, TonyJHarris.com is my newest site for my acting ventures. And then the blog is still out there, comfortcalzone.com. I'm doing a 52 reads in 52 weeks where I'm still blogging every day, but I'm reading a book a week just to kind of challenge myself further. So that's if you want to follow that, you can check me out there too.
Yeah, read that, folks. I've read quite a few the articles, and it's dang, you're good, man. You've come a long way in all those 366 articles. You've done really well.
Yeah, man. It's
awesome.
It's amazing to look back on that and just, God, if you would have told me I would be where I am a year from now from starting that, I wouldn't believe you at all.
I can relate. If you had told me a year ago I'd be doing this interview show, I'd say what?
Yeah, not even close. But
close. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Do you have any other any parting thoughts that you'd like to leave our audience with today?
I would say, so I'm getting ready to turn 29 in a few weeks, and I started acting really late in my career, which is not, it's never too late to get started. But I would just say, everything that I love now and everything that I'm pursuing now is a result of what I loved as a kid. So I would reflect on everything that you loved as a kid, all of those passions that you had, all of the things that you focused most of your attention on growing up when you're interacting with your friends. It all ties in together. Like, everything that I'm doing now ties into my relationships with my friends and like how I interacted as a kid and everything. So pay attention to that, and it's never too late to get started at all.
Man, beautiful. It's never too late to aggressively attack your fears with honesty.
Yep.
I love that. Cool, man. That was fun. And please, everybody else who's watching, check us out on Inside Quest Exchange on the Facebook, an incredible community of growth-minded folks who just want to get out there and be the best versions of themselves and help each other out and meet freaking juggernauts like this guy right here.
Oh man, you're the best too, though. You're the best.
Oh, thank you, man. I do what I can.
That's right.
Man. All right. Well, we will talk to you folks next week, and until next time, I will think of a better outro. See you guys.